Hey everyone out there, thanks so much for tuning in. Alright, so I may have found an explanation for all these friggin' booms that are being heard all over the country. All these loud rumblings, all these houses shaking, all these booms, right? If you go to the USGS site, actually let's go here first. Cannon booms heard and felt for 2 to 3 years prior to 1811 New Madrid earthquakes. So, since there weren't any good links on that one, I'll put this below. This is from the USGS. There are accounts of artillery-like sounds that were said to have occurred before or during the New Madrid quakes of 1811, 1812. I'll put this link below. If you click on this, you'll go to a whole different webpage, and you can read all about all sorts of eyewitness accounts, and you'll read about all sorts of loud booms and all sorts of junk. All these rumblings and everything these people felt and heard before these earthquakes happened. So I haven't really... In my experience, I used to look at a lot of these mysterious booms and shaking videos, and none of them ever seem to have an explanation of what's going on. So my guess, maybe, is that we're hearing the booms before the next big Madrid earthquake. Now, I want to show you when I think there's a good possibility of when this earthquake is going to happen. My guess is sometime either December this year or January, February of next year. Now, let me show you why. If you go to the actual New Madrid website, which I didn't even realize they had, the New Madrid Earthquake website, you will find out that the first New Madrid earthquake took place on December 16th, 1811. The next one took place January 23rd, 1812, and the next one took place February 7th, 1812. And they registered 8.1, 7.8, and 8.8. Not a fun time. A lot of shaking and rattle and roll, not shaking bacon, if you will. So if you go down here, oh, and by the way, loud thunder, sounds of distant thunder and loud explosions accompany the earthquakes. Sure does seem like those booms could possibly be a little precursor, right? Well, let's talk about what also was a precursor to these earthquakes. The earthquakes were preceded by the appearance of a great comet which was visible around the globe for 17 months, and it was at its brightest during the earthquakes. Now, what do we happen to have coming in this year, and not only that, in December, no less, the Great Comet Ison, which happens to be a dazzling astronomical display that may prove to be brighter than the full moon. Comet Ison may give us Earthlings a once-in-a-lifetime light show. And remember how the freaking New Madrid website called it a great comet? Well, guess what? So doesn't NASA. They say the same thing. Oh, and by the way, real quick, the Great Comet of 1811 was called Tecumseh's Comet because of its visibility during Tecumseh's War. This exceptionally bright comet was visible for 260 days. So we just read how it's going to be a spectacular, crazy, astronomical display, right? And here's NASA, dang, I can't find it, sorry. Here's NASA calling how this comet could be the next great comet. And it's coming December 26th. Is when we will see it when it's going to pass Earth. So we're going to have a comet coming in December that sounds a whole heck of a lot like the one that came before the earthquakes in 1811. A great comet that was super bright. So is the Comet Ison, according to NASA. Going to be super bright, outshine the moon possibly, and it's also being labeled a great comet. So is that our precursor? Is that our warning signal? Is that our sign that when we see this comet that we can expect a New Madrid earthquake to go in December or January or February just like it did 100 years ago? I don't know, but my wife, she told me that she's like, you should make a video on this. That's a pretty good connection. Now she supports me and she gets into this stuff, but she usually doesn't come out and say, wow, that's a really good connection. This is important. You should make a video. So I'm going to leave all these links for you all, and you guys, like, if you want to look at these eyewitness accounts, especially about all the booms, I don't know, but I really think that this is a heck of a coincidence that we got coming up. And not only that, we have, what was it, this year or last year? Last year, wasn't it, where they had the great shakeout, the biggest earthquake drill ever in America, in America's history? So they know this is coming, they know it's going to happen. It must be happening sometime soon. They just did the massive big earthquake drill last year. And then this year, we have a bright, shiny, great comet that's coming at the same time that the last one came before the big, nasty Madrid earthquakes. So I'll leave this up for you all to decide. Not trying to spark fear, just trying to give a simple timeline of possibly when these things could occur, because that's all I really care about. You know, the spirit of fear was not put in you by our Creator and by Jesus Christ. So don't get all freaked out. It's not what this is about. No one wants to go in these things blind. You don't need to go into these things stupid. There's nothing wrong with looking at these things and just simply preparing for the possibility of an event. Okay? That's all I want to do here. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to cause fear, none of that shit. Just looking at things that could happen, that's all. So thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers and teammates, and prayers to all those of us who are on these seismic zones, because I'm right on top of this thing. I mean, I'm real friggin' close to it. I'm in Illinois, where I'm about a half hour, not even a half hour from St. Louis. So I'm pretty close. I'm damn near on this thing. So prayers, right? Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to all my teammates and subscribers. See you all on the next video. God bless and Godspeed.